Welcome to Juice United show, and it is the preview of the FA Cup fifth round clash against West Ham at Old Trafford, and it's back to winning ways. I can hear myself. Is that me? Oh
no, I didn't.
Yeah. So look, Garf, good to have you on, of course, as always, and yeah, we've got West Ham. It's at Old Trafford, best place to be after a nice win in the EFL Cup. Nice first trophy to take home. The second one is the FA Cup. I believe we can win it. Do you think we can win it?
The game or the cup itself? Are we talking about here? The cup.
Do you think we could go all the way in the cup?
Yeah, of course we can. Cup competition, man. Yeah, anyone. Quick question though, before we go on. I've seen a lot of belittlement of the League Cup trophy itself from a lot of fans online, man. You're an ex-pro, mate. Like, do players see this trophy as nothing? Like, as not worth winning? Like, it's a trophy at Wembley. Surely you want it. You know what I mean?
Look, if there's any team that doesn't want to win a cup, there's something wrong with them in their brain. So every single cup that we're in, we want to win. You know, it's a different thing if you're in the Champions League and you're looking at Europa League. Yeah, you're going, there's them guys on the lower cup. But the minute you're in that cup, you want to win the cup. Simple as that. You every cup, everything you enter, you want to win it. Friendly, charity shield, anything, you want to win the game. So nobody can tell me nothing about, it's only the champion, it's only the Europa, it's only the this. It doesn't matter. You play football for no cup. You want to win the game. Like, you're not playing to lose. And you never play to lose. And especially all these pros, where anything we do, we're competitive. You want to play cards, you want to play Monopoly, you want to play anything, you want to watch telly, you want to watch more than the other person. You want whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So, end of the day, no one can tell me nothing. That's how fans think. And it is funny because now, having played and then having come back out and becoming a fan again, it's like, wow, you think like that? You know, like a friend was talking about City versus Arsenal, and when Arsenal got beat by City in the cup, and he goes, yeah, but we're not concentrating on that, and I'm not really too worried about that. I'm like, yeah, but they're concentrating on that game, they're concentrating on winning that match, and they lost. So don't try and tell me that they're not concentrating, trying to put it under the carpet like it means nothing. No, mate, it means everything to every player, and especially the teams that don't win it every year. Like, they don't win nothing. So imagine Newcastle. What else have they got? What are they still going for? So, telling you, mate.
No, that's exactly what I said. Kieran, obviously, I was talking to Kieran about it because he's been doing a lot about it, saying he can't believe people are mugging this trophy off. And like he said to me, because he's played at Wembley, he's like, you got to remember, the majority of professional pros don't get to play at Wembley, period, let alone win a trophy. They don't get they don't get the day out. You know what I mean? The fans, even the Charity Shield, you know what I mean? Yeah, you don't care about it if you're in it, but once you're you're in that game, you want that Charity Shield, man. You know what I mean? You want it. So it's just it's not even jealousy. Like I said to Kier, it's poor banter. It's really poor banter to try and act like a trophy don't mean nothing.
The winners of the FA Cup play the winners of the league, unless the team involved and whatever. But here's the thing: when that game comes in pre-season, you're doing what you're doing, and you know the first proper game is to win this cup against the team that you want to batter. You're telling me, who cares? Let's just put our youth team in. Let's put the youth team in. Have you ever seen the Charity Shield with the youth team in or the reserves in? No, it's the first team who are always going to be your first choice. So don't look at it. I can understand where you say like a fifth round cup game where you're trying to get through with your other players who you know you can beat, but you're still picking a team to beat that team. So we've got this team, it's only them, right? How can we beat them without having to play all our top players, right? He can play because he'll be able to do well against them, and so will he, and so will he. That's what happens. So end of the day, manager picks a team to win every single game. I've never heard of it where you don't go to win. Actually, you know what? The one time in my whole career, I went to West Brom. We're in the Prem for the first time, and I remember Brian Robson saying to me, like, not just to me, like he was saying, like, we've got like Liverpool next, so these players are gonna play. And then we'll put our proper strongest team out against that team because we're gonna beat them. I'm like, Why are you trying to beat everyone? Like, why are you already resigned to losing against Liverpool because it's Liverpool? Like, that's not right. And I hated it because I wanted to be the first team player. I'm like, but I'm top scorer, Gaffer. Like, I'm the top scorer in the team, yet I'm on the bench. Why am I on the bench? What's going on? Why is Kanu on the bench as well? We both got 5 goals. Why are we both sitting here? And it was just a P take when them kind of things. Yeah, but we've got Liverpool, so we'll wait till we play Villa. And we lost.
Did you beat Villa?
No.
I knew that was coming. That's surprising to hear from Brian Robson as well. I don't know the man, but you think of him as a born winner, don't you? Like literally give everything every moment. But yeah, I suppose once you're a manager, it's a different mentality, obviously. So
you have different ways of thinking things, innit? And you think, I'll get tired for that game, and then they won't be ready to be able to beat that team. We've got more chance. We're going to lose anyway, so let's just try and win.
You can't go into a game, you can't go into a game like that, man. That's my final thought on the League Cup. We can spare to West Ham. I think it's the third choice trophy, like prestige in England, but it's still a Wembley Cup final, man, and you're ecstatic to be there. You know what I mean? Look at the Newcastle boys, man. Look at Dan Burns. He was absolutely ecstatic to get there, going and get his suit measured and all that. So yeah, madness to me.
It's a great occasion, no matter what, mate. Like in football,
whatever trophy as well, FA Vase, whatever, man.
Doesn't matter, mate. In football, you're coming up through the leagues. It doesn't matter. You win a league, you go to Wembley, whatever you're doing. It's a moment to savor. It's like you don't often get that. Think about how many teams there are in the league and how many get to a final and how many win a final. It's not many, mate. It's not many. So, and even if you look at the amount of people who are football players in every squad, if you counted up that amount of people and then you count up the amount who want to be football players, it's such a small amount of people who are actually pros and in the game. It's mad. So any kind of winning of anything, you've got to be buzzing, man. You've got to be buzzing. Simple as that. So totally agree.
No, it's just I'm getting bored with people saying you can't celebrate. Obviously, everyone's taking the mick out of Ten Hag for dancing with Martinez, and it's like clearly that's something they did at Ajax. You know, what I mean? And it's a bond there. But anyway, let's get off my fury about people mugging off the League Cup.
But look, you've got to have fun when you win a cup. You're going to go, nah, it's just a cup. Leave it. Look, right, next game. Okay. No chance. We ain't won nothing in so many years.
6 years, you know.
Mate, we gotta be happy as hell. And you're right. I seen a meme where it said the champion trying to take the mick out of us, like being happy because it's like a UEFA
won a trophy.
EFL. But anyway, no worries. We have West Ham. West Ham are coming to town, and we usually do very well against West Ham. To be fair, we usually beat them up. Each game, even when we've been going through our trials and tribulations of the last few years, there's been games where they've gone ahead, even by 2, if I remember, and then ended up still losing games. So I'm buzzing. I think that we definitely feel like we're favourites for this. I'm going to bring up
Old Trafford.
I'm going to bring up a little bit of history and see what they've got. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, you can. Right. So West Ham, they beat Forest 4-0 last game in the Premier League. That's ridiculous. That's actually very, very good. Danny Ings banging 2, Rice getting 1, and Antonio. So they're actually, but the thing is, they're not doing too well in the league. If you come and take a look.
No, that was an exception to their recent form, weren't it? That win. So
wow, Forest have jumped up a few spaces as well. Didn't even know. So they only got 6 wins, 13 losses. They have won 2 in the last 5. That's not bad, but look, it's not good either. As you can see, the last results, they did lose to West Tottenham 2-0. They drew with Chelsea. Anyone can beat Chelsea.
I was going to say, everyone's doing that at the moment, mate. You know what I mean? Poor Graham Potter. Wow.
But they did draw with Newcastle as well. So they haven't had 2 bad results against the better teams in the league.
No, do you know what? Their form's better than I thought. Yeah, their form's better than I thought, actually, Nath. I thought they would, because of their position in the league, I thought their form was really bad, but their recent form's all right, actually. Yeah, Brentford drawing with Leeds.
Fourth round with the 2-0 victory against Derby. 3rd round, they beat Brentford 1-0 away. So they actually done all right, to be fair. Like, we can't really knock that. They've done all right, but they're coming up against some different kind of opposition.
Different gravy, man.
Let's take a look at our games anyway, because we need to see what we're all about. So we won. Of course we won, didn't we? We beat
Oh,
Newcastle, beat Barcelona, just Barcelona. Yeah.
It's nothing special, mate, anymore. It's nothing special, you know what I mean? We're Man United, mate. We're Barcelona.
We beat Leicester. We drew with Barca. We beat Leeds. We drew with Leeds. We beat Palace. So in the FA Cup, our last game was against Everton in third round. Remember, we didn't come in the second round.
No, Reading was our last game. Yeah, Reading was our last game in the FA Cup, man. This is fifth round, isn't it?
Yeah, where's the fourth round gone then? Where's fourth round?
You're going the wrong way there. It's Reading 3-1 Man United.
Sorry. Yeah, we beat Reading 3-1. So let's take a quick look into that, actually, where Casemiro scored those two and Fred got the one at Old Trafford. Yeah, and we destroyed them, to be fair.
Oh, we really destroyed them, didn't we? Oh, my words.
78% possession.
I know it's Reading, obviously, they're the league below us, but still, that's a comprehensive victory, that is, isn't it? Oh, yeah, Andy Carroll with that ridiculous tackle. I remember it now, mate. Yeah,
the one who took out our Ericsson for the season. Yeah, that one. Yeah, he's killed us there, Annie. He's absolutely killed us there. I'm not happy.
Yeah.
But in terms of the news for today, for tomorrow's game, it's wait a minute, today's game.
Yeah, today's game.
By the way, I'm on Stretford today for the watch along, so make sure you lot tune in as well. Stretford Paddock, tune in, it's pretty good. But yeah, so when you think about the news, which Ten Hag said, he said that Martial surprisingly won't be fit.
I thought you see my face? It's like, oh, God, is he back? No, he's still out. God. Hashtag find Martial at the right day. Hashtag where's
Martial? I think he also mentioned someone else. If I remember rightly, Fred is going to be out as well. Fred is nursing a knock as well. And Shaw, I think he said Shaw might be nursing a little bit of a knock. So they might be involved, but might not. I would expect him to err on the caution side and not put him in.
Funnily enough, when I was doing my team, Nate, I didn't know Fred or Shaw weren't in. I wasn't going to put Shaw in. I was going to put Malacia in, but I did put Shaw in the end. But I took Fred out because he just needs a rest 100%. So if he's carrying a niggle, 100%, mate. You know what I mean? But, yeah.
Make sure you update your
the score.
Predicted score, but not yet. Let me do mine because it will knock me off straight away as you do yours. So I don't want to get done. But yeah. I think.
I mean, our team's strong-ish now. This is what I like about Man United. That's different from. Well, Solskjaer had a strong team as well, but he kept his favourite 11. Ten Hag knows his team. He knows who he can play, and he trusts almost everyone in the squad. You know what I mean? He trusts to bring McTominay on, which is what I've always said about McTominay. That's what you want. 15 minutes from him at the end just to see out a game. You know, he trusts basically everyone that you see playing in that team. Even Maguire, he trusts him for what the job he wants him to do. So whatever team he comes out with, I trust that we've got enough to see off West Ham with this squad. Obviously, we need investment in the summer, 100% striker, back up to Casemiro.
Yeah.
If we're not signing Sabitzer, another centre midfielder as well, 100%, and possibly even another centre back. You know what I mean? But this team right now, strong, man, I think.
You know what? I was listening to another podcast. I think it was this morning, actually. And it was a very, very good point that was being made. To do with Maguire, he said, if Maguire was bought for like 20, 25 million, and he was being used the way he's getting used right now, we'd have no problem with him at all because he'll be just coming in, doing last minute stuff, being a second player who's going to come in and be your cover. That wouldn't have been a problem. But it's because he came for 80 mil and he was a first teamer where he shouldn't be. That's where it's put him in the nosebleed territory, and now he's struggling for it. But now you can see he's comfortable where he is, and nobody's talking about him. He's coming on. Not much is happening because he's not on the game for extended periods where he's going to get a sharp Saint-Maximin or sharp madman who's going to come running at him. Not often in the game you're going to get that happen so quickly. So give him his 20, his 30 minutes and his odd games where he can come in and be a squad player. But I believe that's the Lindelof now. But look, I think that's him. But then if he wants to play, go and play somewhere else at a bit of a lower level where they're not going to be upset with you letting these kind of goals in. At United, there's a standard, and that standard was shown on the weekend. Against Newcastle, it's shown. You defend, you can defend one-on-one, you can play here. If you can get ripped, you're coming off. Even Dalot got ripped by a very, very skillful player, and then he knew, you know what, I need to shut him down. Aaron, get ready. Aaron, get on, son. Stop this guy for us, please. Yeah, you just deal with him, and then we'll stop everything else. And that's what he did. Exactly what he did. Comes on and has an absolute world-class performance. Choosing players, and they're not coming on. Players on the bench now. Do you notice that they're not coming on and feeling like some kind of bit part player? They're actually coming on knowing they're like part of the team, and they got to do a job. Like, I'm happy. I'm playing like nice minutes now. So yeah.
I think it's a great way to put it. Now, that's what I was thinking. Like, the players know their role as well. Ten Hag has clearly explained what their job in this setup is. Yeah. You're a 15-minute man. You're a closer. You're this, you're that, and everyone seems to have accepted their role. I can't see Harry Maguire wanting to stay in this role, because I do think like bottom line is I do think like an Everton or a Villa or even a Newcastle will want to buy a Harry Maguire. You know what I mean? Chelsea are throwing money about everywhere. So if they want to pay 100 mil for Harry Maguire, you got Todd Bowley's number, mate. You know what I'm saying?
You know what though? Here's another one. United. No, you were just talking about Maguire there. I just lost my train of thought. How that happened? I had to kill that because it's a good thing. It's a good question. I've lost it. It's totally gone. Absolutely gone. But look, in terms of lineups, talk me through your lineup. You're looking for Man United to change up a few things, and you've gone with this. I know you can change it again because obviously you didn't know a few things. But
yeah, sure, yeah. No, I mean that is what. Lineup. Yeah, that is what I'd go with. Apart from Shaw, mate, I think exactly what we were just talking about. I'm a man. I take no disrespect to the FA Cup. I don't want to hear anyone disrespecting this trophy, man, ever. I think it's a prestige trophy in England. I think you've got to stick out what is basically your strongest team. I'm going with Dalot again, just for instead of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, just so that Aaron Wan-Bissaka can, again, if needed, come on. But this is a game where Dalot can get his minutes, I think. I want to save Wan-Bissaka for Champions. Dalot's not that much worse. I want to save Wan-Bissaka for Premier League football. And apart from that, Sabitzer comes in for Fred, straight swap, in my opinion. I don't think you put McTominay in there. And I want to see this Anthony on the right, Sancho on the left, Rashford through the middle situation. Obviously, we're all pretty sure he's going to play Weghorst. I'm sure he will. But that's what I want to see. I want to see that, you know what I mean? And again, Malacia for sure. This is what I love. I've got no issues with that. I've got no issues whatsoever. So, I think you put out as strong a team as you can for the FA Cup. Always. I think the FA Cup... Listen, I love the FA Cup, so I'm more than happy to see us. I don't want to see. This is what I don't want to see. I don't want to see Butland in goal, Maguire, Lindelof, Malacia, Dalot. Nothing against these players, but I want to see a strong team out there. You know,
I don't want to see them all in there either. To be fair, I've gone with a slightly different team that I think that Ten Hag's going to play. I've realised again. I think we might have to do the team that you want, and then what you think Ten Hag is going to play as well. I might have to do two. I'll do two, one beside each other. Going, I want this, but I think Ten Hag is going to do this. So I'm telling you what I think Ten Hag is going to do. I believe he's going to go with De Gea in goal. Dalot's going to go right back because he's probably thinking about Sunday, against Liverpool. He's going to give Varane a slight rest because you can do that with one player playing like Lindelof. He done well in the cup before. And if anyone's going to play and give someone else a rest, I think it would be Lindelof. I think Martinez has to play because he's a catalyst at the back for passing around and just dictating the game is Martinez. He needs to play. And I think Malacia is going to come in for sure because he can. And then, like you see, Sabitzer is going to play with Casemiro. We saw him come on and do very, very well with Casemiro on the rest of the side. So I want to see more from him. Bruno's going to play as always because he's just an energizer bunny, doesn't lose any energy ever. So he's going to play. I see him playing Weghorst as always. Rashford's going to be on the left and Anthony on the right. I think there's certain players that need to get in a groove. And I think Anthony needs to get as much minutes as possible to flourish as much as he can to reach the levels that we want him to reach. The only way you do that is say, play every game, son. Keep playing. We're winning anyway. So whatever you do, just keep doing. You get a goal along the way, no problem. Weghorst, you ain't really scoring, but you're doing a little bit for the team. This is a game where you could hopefully get a goal under your belt and then maybe kick on from there. Because again, is he going to play on Sunday? Possibly, because he's just playing him all the time. Does goals matter in terms of him playing or not? I don't know. I don't think so because he wouldn't be playing.
Not while we're winning, Nate. Yeah, not while we're winning. I mean, obviously, you're a striker, mate. You're rated on your goal return. back in your day. They ain't the same anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about what you do. Like, managers, they want you to do everything on the pitch. You know, I'm sure Ten Hag, if we had him, he would sit and be like, you're not looking at the data like I am. The movement he's making, the players he's dragging away, the defensive work he's doing. So, no, I don't think it matters if he ain't scoring. Obviously, for himself, I'm sure he would love to be scoring. You know, I'm sure he don't want to hear the manager being like, "I know you're doing all great work, mate. It's wonderful stuff. You know, Gaffer ain't scoring. No, don't matter, mate. Don't matter." You know?
Not even the goals will come in. No, it doesn't even matter, mate. It don't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter. But yeah, listen. I mean, also, I think we are setting up our team. Doing it to let us learn what it's like to play with a big man like that up top. So he'll play.
Look, it's at the end of the day, we're doing what we need to do. Have you done your team yet? Because I'm going to talk about mine. You can do your results, your scoreline.
I was going to say, we've just done our team, mate. You know
we've done our team. We've done our team, but now it's all about who's going to score. I'm going to go with a nice, comfortable victory. I think we're going to go with a 2-0 win. And I believe Bruno's going to get on the score sheets because it's been a little bit of a while since he bagged. And I think Sabitzer is going to come into his own in this kind of game where it's one of them games where you just don't expect him to score, but he just scores. He gets a goal. He gets off the mark. He gets enough shots. And it's about time he has a shot on target. So I think this will be his one where he gets one and he gets it. And it's a very nice one as well. So I'm going with a 2-0 victory, a nice clean sheet. I don't think they'll be able to trouble us too much. I think we win the game. Talk to me, Garf. Talk to me about what you were saying here. Why are you going with this?
Basically everything you said, mate. Apart from I'm going 3-0, mate. I think we roll them over. I really do. I know it's West Ham, and they're one of the worst memories I've got. 95. If you're old enough to remember, everyone costing us the league title with a 1-1 draw, and then Everton costing us the FA Cup final with a 1-0 defeat. Yeah, worst couple of days of my life that was as a fan. But no, West Ham. Listen, the recent form may have turned up. I don't think. West Ham have beaten them at Old Trafford for quite a while either, have they? I don't think so. No. I've just listen. I think our team's much stronger than theirs. Bottom line is obviously any given Sunday, as we always say, they have got match winners in their team. Declan Rice, Danny Ings. People mug Danny Ings off, but he is a quality middle table Premier League striker. You know what I mean? 7 to 10 goals a season, 5 to 10 goals. That you can't. People seem to think that if you don't score more than 15 a season in the Premier League, you're dead. And it's like, mate, only the very top boys in the best teams get 15 in the league a season, mate. Like that's serious business. So they're not rubbish. I want to see Weghorst score, so I'm putting him in there for a PMA, positive mental attitude. You know what I mean? Trying to get it. Rashford's got to score. Rashford's got to score again. You know what I mean? They took that goal away from him in the cup final. He's going to be on fire.
Did they?
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. At the moment, it's own goal. At the moment, it's Dan Burn's own goal at the moment. So,
I thought that was a goal. I really thought that was his.
Yeah.
That's not fair. It's on target, wasn't it?
No, that's what they're saying. If you look, it looks like it's going wide, but you can't do that. Listen, I'm sure if you went to do this,
it's going wide. But end of the day, if he didn't go to hit it, it's not a goal. It's not a goal. So it's not fair to give a defender that though. If that's the way it looked like it. You got to give
an OG to me is literally if like a cross comes in and it ain't going and it comes off your knee and goes in it. You know, I mean, you can't give an OG for trying to defend it and it bounces off your leg and goes over. So, but I'm sure if the Dubious goals panel will look at it, they'll take it. But Sancho, I think he's growing. Sancho or Anthony could be swapped there. They're both growing, man. I don't know if you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing. They're both getting more comfortable, confident in this team. Sancho looks like he's got something to prove, which I'm happy about. He's attacking. And there's the thing with Anthony. I think Anthony's seen as well that other players are getting ahead of him, so he's started to do a little bit more. Listen, I'm not as hard on him as you are, Nathan. Wrong way to put it. I don't think he is underperformed at all. I think this is the best we're getting out at the moment, but I do think there's a lot more to come from him. Like a lot more, man. I really do. So
I'm going to give a little piece on that in a minute. Mark Smith has said, morning, lads. The confidence he's created right through the squad is unreal.
I couldn't agree more.
That's what I mean. The whole squad is feeling like they can win every single game, and they're going to win every game. That's the difference as well. And when you go 1-0 down, you know you're going to come back. You know, we're not like struggling at any point in any game. We're not like feeling, you know, like before we looked like a wounded animal last year. You see the goal, you're like, now we're killing it. We're absolutely killing it. But going back to what you said about Anthony, look, I I don't think he's underperformed. When you look at what he's done all season, he's got like 7 goals. So that's very good return for a winger. I feel like the thing that he's underperformed in, like there's areas of his game, isn't there? There's the defensive side, totally on point. There's the goal side, on point. There's the one-on-one, and then there's the assist. Not on point, not on point.
No.
These 2 points are not on point. So if he was to add them 2 parts to his game, he's now your all-round winger who's a don. So, and I believe he has pace. So why, when you beat someone, do you need to come back? Beat them and off you go.
Yeah.
Like, stop beating them 3 times and coming back and beating and coming back. Are you scared that you're going to get caught and dragged back and beat and caught? Just get at him and do your thing. Mahrez can
should
do
be
it.
able to. Yeah,
if Mahrez can beat you and create some space and then make something happen after it, that's what I'm saying. I think that's what I'm waiting for now. Him to get on the ball, beat someone, and do something after it. Like, if you can do that, I'm loving you. And
of course, man.
I don't mind if you continue scoring at the same time and then that doesn't happen. I'm still like, no problem. You keep scoring, lad. No problem. But I want to see that other stuff. Once he's got that in his game, Garf, it's over.
Do you think he has it in his game? Do you think it's there? Do you think he can get it?
I don't think
that's the difference between you. I think he can get it, man. I
don't think he's going to be the guy who gets on the ball, beats his man, and does something too often. I think it's going to be once in a blue moon that we're going to see that. I think he's a guy who gets on the end of something and tries to cut in and get the shot off. And that's really all I'm going to see. I can't see him being a Saka. I can't see him being a Mahrez. Standing up his man, he's strafing him, going, I'm off. See you later. And then I keep going and I cut in and then there you go. On a plate, score. I don't see it happening. Unless someone's stupid enough to jump into him. I think that's what used to happen in his league, where when players come running in, he can spin them and off he goes. But in this league, they stand there going, come on then, beat me. It's a different thing, mate. It's a completely different kettle of fish. I felt it myself. I still wanted to get at people, but in the championship, they rush you. They rush into you because they think that your touch might not be good enough, or they put you under pressure to see how you can handle it. In the Prem, I'm playing at Man United at Old Trafford, and Rio and Silvestre and these guys, that's all in the line, just standing there. They go on then, do what you want. You're not going nowhere.
You ain't getting past us.
I ain't coming out to you. I ain't getting done. You gotta do something. Do something. And it's like, and I feel I'm playing well. Like, I'm getting on the ball, nice turning, all clean, playing off to a man. I'm like, no, I'm playing well. And then you think about it, wait a minute, but I ain't had no shots and I ain't done anything yet.
I've spent 12 seconds in their area.
that's Premier League football for you. Like,
you see it a lot,
mate. Yeah. So that's what I mean by Germany, and that's what I mean by Holland, for example. It's high lines. It's if you can beat that man, you're now on your own from the halfway line. That's why Sancho scored a lot more goals. I believe. I'm not saying the German league is bad. I'm saying that it's a different way of football. Teams don't come to sit back and park the bus. They go, right, let's push on him and let's get them. And if they beat us, they beat us. And that's where you get hurt in different leagues. So yeah.
Honestly, I would see. Like I say, I played amateur, mate. At the amateur level, you have 6 men chasing you down the moment you get a ball. You know what I mean? They're just running at you. And I remember thinking after I played for a while, I remember watching football, Premier League football, being like, you have so much time on the ball. But it's because you've got to do something with it. You can't just run it because you get dealt with, obviously. Yeah. But so another question then: if we get a striker in the summer, which we will, who do you see as being our main 2 wingers? Obviously, Rashford on the left. For you personally, right now, on their current form, are you putting Anthony or Sancho on that right wing spot, or Palestri or Nacho, if you're going to say, you know what I mean?
Right now, I'm putting Anthony on the right and I'm putting Rashford on the left. But like I say, if he isn't producing the goods in terms of goals and assists, he needs to produce them goods. Like, if you come up against your man, you're not beating him, fine if you're scoring and assisting in other ways. But like I say, usually you get goals and assists from beating your man and finding someone. So you don't usually just get it in another way, do you? So
no, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So that's my 2. That's my 2 who I'd play. I don't know who would you play?
Oh, it's so difficult for me, like, because I've been bigging Anthony up. I keep bigging Anthony up, but Sancho, I love him as a player. And it's a little unfair. They are very different players. They really are, you know what I mean? But I, at this moment in time, would agree with you. Right now, it'd be Anthony and Rashford for me. Yeah, right now, it'd be Anthony and Rashford and then the striker through the middle. Like I keep saying, I would very much like to see Rashford through the middle. Like permanently from now on, like playing as a striker, and just play him as a striker, and then buy we all want an Osimhen or something, you know what I mean? But if your Rashford's bagging goals like this, you don't need that. You can go and buy a Danny Ings, a Callum. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head at the moment. Yeah. You know what I mean? Ollie Watkins, whatever. You ain't getting Ivan Toney, mate, because he's accepted them charges. And Joey Barton got banned for like 2 years for half of the offences that. So yeah,
and from football,
Yeah, Joe Barton got, I'm sure it was 18 months he got for 1,000 betting charges against him, and Tony got like 10,000 or something stupid like that. So, he's probably looking at a full year out minimum, bruv, Ivan Toney. If it's the same as Joey Barton, you know what I mean? So,
that's not nice, man. That's not nice. But this is coming into a great time in his career where he can kick on for the best years of his career, and then he's going to have to lose a year. That's not good, man. Well, that's what happens when you do these things, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. I've got empathy for him. I've got no sympathy for him, though, because you know what you're doing. I'm sure. Is it expressly told to you? I know you're not a gambling man, but you cannot bet. As soon as you sign a contract, it's like, of course it is. You know,
you're not allowed to bet on your team. Of course,
of course you're not. You know, what I mean,
something that you're involved in, isn't it? It's like just completely like, oh, you know what? I need to win that bet. I'm gonna get $1 million if I did that. Right. Listen, I'm going to go down. I'm going to head it in my own goal and pretend it's, own goal. Oh, no. You can't do that.
Matt Letizia admits it, don't he? Matt Letizia admits that when it first came out that you could bet off like first corner, first throw-in, he'd take kick-off, mate, and just boot it straight out. Tell all his boys to put £1,000 on 10 seconds for the first throw-in, bro. Well, Trippier got done for telling all his mates about his transfer either to Atletico Madrid or to Newcastle, and he got I think 8 games for that, mate. And that's one incident, you know. So, Tony's in trouble, bruv. Trouble.
It's a problem.
Back to my point, make Rashford our main striker and bring in someone lesser and have him as the backup. I could see that very easily, man. And then you've got room for Sancho, Anthony, and Garnacho. That is the problem. Now we've got Diallo coming back as well. Like,
cannot wait for him. I told you, I've said about him since day one.
Same here, bro. Same here.
He is the most talented of all of our wingers right now. The only thing that I think that is going to be a struggle is the defensive side when we ain't got the ball. If he can become like bigger and a bit stronger, more robust, not even bigger, like a more robust little guy, he plays on the right. He plays on the right all day long. He scores goals. He makes assists. He passes. Amazing timing of passing. Is what do we call it? Press resistance is ridiculous. His ability is top notch. I don't know any other wingers that have got his ability. And when I watch him, I'm like just in awe of what I'm seeing. And I saw that just in training sessions at Atalanta. I was looking at it going, we've got a Messi type player. Remember, I kept saying Messi. But
that's exactly right. He needs to robust is the right word for it, because that's the only thing with him right now. He would get eaten up by some defenders in this league, like just bashed all over the place. Luckily, he's got the skill to get past them, but it's not going to.
I'm talking about challenging, challenging balls and trying to stop a player, get a fullback getting past you and stuff.
That as well.
And that's the tough bit. That's the tough part. I think on the ball, no problem.
This is what I'm saying. We've got so much talent out there, man. You know what I mean? Like, if I was Anthony Alanga, I would definitely be on the phone to my agent and be like, bruv, listen, I know we get a lot of money here, but I need to play. I'm 21. Because he ain't bad, Anthony Alanga, but
he's not Man United. That's just what he is. He's not Man United.
No, it'd definitely improve a mid-table team, mate, in my opinion. 100% improve or a lower mid-table team, I think, Anthony Alanga. You know what I mean?
He's like what's the guy's name who came from Arsenal to Everton? Similar kind of player.
Maitland Niles.
No, the other winger, the winger who's there now. Iwobi, yeah. He reminds me. I think Iwobi's better, but I'm just saying. I think he's kind of in them kind of areas where he'll be there and just doing okay. He won't. I don't think he'll set the world alight. I don't think he's one of them kind of players who I back to set the world alight. But no. Good luck to him. I hope he does well, obviously, and I hope he does well for us while he's here and when he comes on. You know, he's done it. He did a lot more. He's shown a lot more promise when he first come through than these years now. And it's weird because when we first came through, we were all struggling, and now we're much better side, and he's not looking anywhere near as good as he was when he first come through. So It's a bit of a baffling one, that one. But look,
is that just the exuberance of youth, though? Like, he didn't have no weight on his shoulders. He's coming in, getting his first starts. You know what I mean? Like, Like, I thought you called it straight away, Nathan. Like you said, like, he's average, and I was like, hey, he looks all right. It's like, no, he hasn't. But to be fair, he can be deployed as a striker as well. I've got nothing against him. It's just there's no room in this team for him. Once Diallo comes back with Palestri, got Nacho, Sancho, Anthony, Rashford, if he's playing with, you know, if Martial comes back. So there's one before we go then. Would you accept us getting a Frank? Like, we can only sign one player. We get Frankie de Jong, but Martial's back and fit for the season, and he's our striker.
If he's back and fit for the season,
he's fit.
Yeah. If he's fit for the season,
100%. Yeah,
he's a baller, mate. Imagine. Remember, we saw the magic with Sancho, Rashford, and him. We saw the magic just for a couple games, and we're like buzzing off it. Imagine if he playing every game with them three. And then you've got the Anthony, then you've got the Ahmad, and you've got the Garnacho, and then you can throw Rashford up there anyway, and then you've got options. Like, if he was just fit, but there's no point in saying it.
Obviously, it's the biggest hypothetical of all time.
So annoying because he's not so good. I'm not trying to put him in a bracket of Osimhen and Kane and that. No. What he does and the mix between those three. It's lovely, man. It's lovely. It's like it's the other one I was saying, like, you know, it's not like I can prove it through his history, but João Felix in that three would have been wicked for me. I would have loved him in there. I'm watching him for Chelsea, seeing the turns he's doing and the runs, and then no one plays him. I'm like, wow, that guy, man, he missed a trick going to the wrong club.
Mate, well, yeah, I can assure you of this, mate. If you were asking me, would I have Weghorst or João Felix? I mean, yes, Weghorst. I didn't think João Felix would work because I'd only seen him at Atletico Madrid. But obviously, once he's given a more free role, the kid is fire. Like, I would go in for him in the summer, definitely. He's up for sale, 80 mil. I would definitely go for him.
I wouldn't be surprised if we do. I won't be surprised.
Last one, Dave. Felix or Kane in the summer.
Obviously, we know who's proven to bag so many goals, and I've been watching Kane even closer than ever, and I'm loving what I'm seeing, mate. Seriously, is his in-game play top notch, and his finishing, goal scoring machine, top notch machine he is. So I'm not even gonna. There's no doubt about it. Harry Kane wins for that. But in terms of years and years and years that you could have,
it's not just the goal scorer. You got to think about everything. They're both going to be there at the same price. You know what I mean? So...
I'd have to get them both.
Qatari owners, mate, we'll have them both, bro.
Listen, just do what Chelsea do, innit? Listen, you want them both? Yeah, take them both. Then no problem.
The other thing with Felix is Felix can play in the Bruno role as well. Yeah. So you could, in like all jokes aside, you could have them both, and they'd fit into the team quite easily. Yeah, mate. Great times come ahead. Hopefully, great times.
Yeah. Right, that's all we got time for, folks. We will be on tomorrow morning for the obviously for the review. Since I'm not going to be here tonight, I will be on the watch along tonight, so I'll be giving all my energy for those 2 hours. So I don't know if I've got time afterwards for that. So yeah, we will be here in the morning, same time, 9:30. Once again, chewing the fat about how we battered.
Or we won't be here because we got beat 3-0 and just won't see us.
But yeah, thanks a lot, people, for joining us. Peace out.